Hey, sophomores. I miss you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. Today, we're going to go over commas. This is something we already learned earlier in the year, but I know that we can all brush up our skills. And this is going to be really important for next year. You guys are all going to be put into a mythology class, and it's going to focus mostly on ACT skills. So, I'm going to teach you the commas that you need to know specifically for ACT. So, the first thing I need you to do, go to your online textbook. I have something called teacher resources here. You should have one that says student resources. So please click on the student resources tile and go to level up tutorials. All right, when you click on that, you have to go to the menu, the three bars, click on that, and go to conventions. These level up tutorials are really nice. If you're having trouble with English Comp, there's all kinds of like writing help. So you guys can visit these anytime, and they're resources that'll just help you brush up on your reading and writing skills. I highly recommend them. But for commas, go to conventions, scroll down to commas, and I want you to start that tutorial. So what this does, it will walk you through basically a interactive lesson and help you review your comma skills. So I want you to go through and do that first. When you're done, then there are going to be some worksheets posted on Google Classroom to practice those skills. And that's what's going to be due as your homework for this lesson. So that's the first part of your homework. Do the level up tutorial. The second part of your homework is going to be do the comma practice and submit it in Google Classroom. All right, so really quickly, I do want to go over with you guys those 4 comma rules that you need for ACT. So if you remember, there's a couple rules. The first one is going to be the fanboy rule. So fanboys is an acronym for and, nor, but, or, yet, so. And you need to use a comma before the fanboy. So there is the acronym for and, nor, but, or, yet, so. And remember, the comma always comes before the fanboy. Make sure you have 2 independent clauses with a fanboy in the middle. So it has to be 2 things that can stand alone. I went to the store, that can stand alone. I bought bread, that can stand alone. So, for example, I went to the store, comma, and I bought bread. I have a subject and a verb in each clause, so it's 2 independent clauses with a fanboy. That's the first rule that you need to remember. So there's an example. Andy built a snowman, comma, and Jeff played with his dog. Notice we have a blue subject and a yellow verb in each clause. So that means we have 2 independent clauses, 2 things that can stand alone with the red conjunction, you put the comma before. That's the first ACT rule. I can guarantee you will see this on ACT next year. All right, the next one, I call it an introductory clause. And it's when a dependent clause is joined onto an independent clause. So the dependent clause has to come first, and you put a comma after the thing that cannot stand alone. So, for example, the dependent clause is at the beginning of the sentence. You put a comma after that dependent clause. So look at the example, the pink. Before he took the test, that cannot stand alone. It's not a complete thought. Before he took the test, comma, Dan struggled with his homework. That can stand alone. Dan struggled with his homework. So that example, if we just ended that sentence right there, we put a period and forget the rest, that would be the dependent clause rule. The next one is called non-essential phrase. So if you have information in the sentence that is not essential, meaning you can take it out and it doesn't change the meaning of the sentence, then you have to put commas around that. So the example, my brother who lives across town plans to throw, I don't know if that's a party, it's covered up on my screen, but who lives in across town is non-essential. So that needs to be set off by